What's your credit score? If you've ever opened Credit Karma, your bank app, or a credit card dashboard and thought, all right, this is my credit score, I want you to pause for a second, because that number you're looking at is not your credit score. In fact, you don't have one credit score at all. You have many. And depending on which one a lender uses, the number they see could be much higher or much lower than the one you're seeing right now. This misunderstanding catches people off guard every single day. People who thought they were ready to apply for a loan, people who thought they were in the 700s, people who were confident walking in and shocked walking out. My name's Mandy, and I spend a lot of time breaking down financial numbers and jargon that most people are never taught to understand. On this channel, we focus on what actually matters when it comes to making real financial decisions and how the finance world really works so you can make it work for you. If that sounds helpful, go ahead and subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel and it lets me know you want more content like this. Stick around until the end of this video, because by the time you're done watching, you'll know exactly which credit scores actually matter, which ones don't, and how to avoid being blindsided the next time you apply for credit. Credit monitoring services, banks, and credit card companies love to say they provide your credit score. That phrase sounds simple, it sounds authoritative, it sounds final. But it's also misleading, because when a company says your credit score, what they really mean is one score from one scoring model using one credit bureau calculated one specific way. That's a lot of fine print hiding behind 3 simple words. And unless you understand that, it's very easy to assume that the number you see is the same number lenders see. Most of the time, it's not. So let's talk about how many credit scores really exist. The most dominant scoring system in the United States is FICO, and FICO doesn't have just one model. There are around 40 different FICO score versions in existence today. Some are older, some are newer, some are industry-specific, built specifically for auto loans, credit cards, or mortgages. Then you have FICO's main competitor, VantageScore. VantageScore currently has 2 versions in use, version 3.0 and version 4.0. On top of that, some banks use lesser-known scoring models, and some lenders rely on custom internal formulas that never get shown to consumers at all. So when someone casually asks, "What's your credit score?" there is no single correct answer. The real question is, which scoring model? From which bureau, and for which type of loan? Most people don't learn about credit scoring until something goes wrong. As long as the number on the screen looks decent, there's usually no reason to question it, right? And credit monitoring services aren't lying. They are showing you a real score. They're just not explaining whether it's a score that actually matters for lending. So people build expectations around numbers that may never be used in the real world. And that's where the trouble begins. Right now, the most commonly used credit score for lending decisions is FICO 8. This score is widely used by banks when evaluating credit card applications, personal loans, and lines of credit. It's not universal, but it's the closest thing we have to a default lending score. The good news is that you don't have to guess where you stand. You can check most of your FICO 8 scores for free. Your Experian FICO 8 score is available at creditscore.com. Your Equifax FICO 8 score is available at myfico.com. And your TransUnion FICO 8 score is available through Discover, Bank of America, and Capital One's CreditWise as of mid-2025. That means with a little effort, you can see all 3 bureau versions of FICO 8 without paying a cent. And those 3 numbers will give you a much clearer picture of how lenders are likely to view you. Now let's talk about the score most people are familiar with, VantageScore 3.0. This is the score shown by Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, Wallet Hub, and many major bank apps. It's popular because it's free, easy to access, and updates frequently. But here's the key issue. VantageScore 3.0 is rarely used in actual lending decisions. So while it may move up and down and while it may look encouraging, it often has little impact on whether you get approved or denied. That doesn't mean it's fake, it just means it's not the score most lenders care about. And relying on it alone can give you a false sense of security. Imagine someone checks their credit monitoring app and sees a solid number, maybe a 710 or a 720. They feel confident, so they walk into a car dealership and start talking financing. Then the dealer runs their credit and comes back with bad news. The score the dealer used wasn't VantageScore, it was a FICO auto score, which weighs things differently. So even though the consumer didn't do anything wrong, the number they relied on was never relevant to the decision being made. Here's another important thing to understand. There is no universal credit score used for everything. Different loans use different models. Mortgage lenders use older FICO models, Experian FICO 2, TransUnion FICO 4, and Equifax FICO 5. Amerex typically uses Experian FICO 8, and auto lenders often use industry-specific FICO auto scores. So the score that matters depends entirely on what you're applying for. I've included links in the description below showing where you can access the most important of these scores, so make sure to check that before your next application. And if this video helped clarify something you've always been confused about, consider subscribing because the goal here is to help you walk into financial decisions informed, confident, and prepared. The key takeaway is simple. You don't have one credit score. You have many. Some of them are critical, some of them barely matter. The goal isn't chasing the highest number you can find. It's knowing which number actually counts for the decision you're about to make. Ask questions, check the right scores, and walk into lending decisions informed, not surprised.